Have you ever run into someone from your past at the most unexpected time and place? Last weekend, I attended a local festival with friends. The atmosphere was lively, filled with music, food stalls, and laughter. As I wandered through the crowd, I suddenly caught a glimpse of someone familiar across the way. My heart skipped a beat as I realized it was my childhood best friend, Emma. We hadn't seen each other in over a decade since she moved to another city. I couldn't believe my eyes. Gathering my courage, I rushed over to her. "Emma, is that you?" I exclaimed. She turned around, and a huge smile spread across her face. "Wow, I can't believe it. How long has it been?" We both laughed, embracing like no time had passed. We spent the next few hours catching up, reminiscing about our childhood adventures and sharing stories of our lives since we last met. Emma shared that she had moved back to town recently, and I couldn't help but feel excited about reconnecting. As the festival continued, we enjoyed live music, sampled delicious food, and even participated in a dance-off competition. It felt like old times, and I realized how much I missed having her in my life. We exchanged numbers and made plans to meet up again soon. By the end of the night, I felt a warmth in my heart. It was amazing how a chance encounter could reignite a cherished friendship. We promised not to let so much time pass again, and looked forward to creating new memories together. Sometimes life surprises us with reunions that remind us of the bonds we've built and the joy of rekindling old friendships. Have you ever been in a situation where an unexpected job opportunity completely changed your career path? Last summer, I was comfortably employed at a local company, but often found myself feeling unchallenged. I had a passion for graphic design that I had never pursued professionally, and I often daydreamed about making a career change. One evening, while attending a networking event, I struck up a conversation with a stranger named Lisa, who was bubbly and enthusiastic. As we talked, I learned that she was a hiring manager at a well-known design agency in the area. I nervously mentioned my interest in graphic design, and to my surprise, she encouraged me to apply for an internship they had available. Initially, I hesitated, thinking I didn't have enough experience, but Lisa insisted, saying, "You never know until you try." Feeling a surge of courage, I submitted my application that night, fully aware that this could be a turning point in my career. A week later, I received an invitation for an interview. As I prepared, I focused on showcasing my passion for design, sharing my personal projects and the skills I had developed over the years. I emphasized my eagerness to learn and grow within the industry. The day of the interview arrived, and I was filled with a mix of excitement and nerves. As I walked into the office, I was immediately struck by the creative energy in the space. The interview itself was a conversation rather than an interrogation, which made me feel more at ease. I showcased my portfolio, and to my surprise, they seemed genuinely impressed with my work. A week later, I received the call I had been waiting for. They offered me the internship. I was overjoyed and felt that all my efforts had finally paid off. The experience was transformative. I learned invaluable skills and collaborated with talented designers who inspired me daily. As the months went by, my responsibilities increased, and I found myself contributing to significant projects that challenged me creatively. I also made friends within the company who supported my growth and encouraged me to think big. Eventually, my internship turned into a full-time job offer. Looking back, I realized that a casual conversation at a networking event had opened doors I never thought possible. What started as a whim became a fulfilling career that aligned with my passions. Sometimes, a single conversation can ignite a spark that leads to incredible opportunities and a career that fulfills our passions. Have you ever received an invitation that led to an unforgettable experience? A few weeks ago, I was checking my email when I noticed a message from a friend inviting me to a workshop on creativity and innovation. At first, I hesitated, thinking it would be just another boring seminar filled with corporate jargon. However, Something nudged me to accept the invitation, and I decided to give it a chance. On the day of the workshop, I walked into a bright room filled with colorful decorations and enthusiastic participants. The facilitator, an engaging woman named Linda, immediately set a positive tone. She encouraged us to explore our creativity and think outside the box. I felt a spark of excitement as we began our activities. As the workshop progressed, we participated in various exercises designed to push our boundaries. We brainstormed ideas in groups and played games that challenged our thinking. During one activity, I was paired with a stranger named Alex. We worked together to create a project that combined our unique perspectives. To my surprise, our ideas flowed effortlessly, and we ended up developing a concept that we both felt passionate about. As the workshop continued, I found myself connecting with other participants. We shared our stories, experiences, and struggles, and I felt a sense of camaraderie in the room. By the end of the day, I was not only inspired by the activities, but also by the connections I had made. Afterward, Alex suggested we grab coffee to continue brainstorming our project. What started as a casual workshop turned into an exciting collaboration. Over the next few weeks, we met regularly to develop our idea further, combining our skills and creativity. Eventually, we decided to pitch our concept to local businesses, and to our delight, one of them expressed interest in partnering with us. The unexpected invitation that had initially seemed uninteresting transformed into a thriving partnership that opened doors I never thought possible. The workshop taught me the value of stepping outside my comfort zone and embracing new experiences. It reminded me that sometimes the best opportunities come from the most unlikely situations. Sometimes an unexpected invitation can open doors to new opportunities and friendships that change our lives in ways we never anticipated. Have you ever received a gift that turned into something far more meaningful than you could have imagined? Last Christmas, my dear friend Sarah surprised me with a beautifully wrapped gift. When I opened it, I found a stunning journal adorned with intricate designs and a smooth leather cover. At first glance, I thought it was a thoughtful gesture, but little did I know that this journal would change my life in ways I couldn't have foreseen. Initially, I placed the journal on my desk, unsure of how to use it. But one evening, feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges, I picked it up and began to write. I poured my thoughts onto the pages, reflecting on my day, my dreams, and my fears. The act of writing became a cathartic experience. I felt a weight lifting off my shoulders with each entry. As the weeks passed, I started to develop a daily writing habit. Each morning, I would take a few moments to jot down my thoughts, express gratitude, and set intentions for the day. The journal became a sacred space where I could explore my feelings without judgment. I began to notice patterns in my thoughts and emotions, which allowed me to better understand myself. One day, I wrote about my desire to travel. Inspired by my journal entries, I decided to book a weekend trip to a nearby city I had always wanted to explore. I meticulously planned my itinerary, using the journal to document my excitement. When the day finally arrived, I felt a mix of nerves and exhilaration as I set out on my adventure. During the trip, I immersed myself in the culture, tried new foods, and met fascinating people. I carried my journal with me, capturing every moment, from the vibrant street art to the breathtaking landscapes. The experience ignited a sense of wanderlust in me, and I knew I wanted to continue exploring the world. When I returned home, I was not only filled with unforgettable memories, but also inspired to share my journey with others. I started a writing group with friends, encouraging them to keep journals of their own. Together, we shared our experiences, exchanged writing prompts, and supported one another in our creative endeavors. What began as a simple gift from Sarah evolved into a profound tool for self-discovery and adventure. The journal became a source of inspiration that connected me with others and encouraged me to live life to the fullest. I even started a blog where I shared my travel stories and writing tips, creating a community of fellow explorers. Sometimes the most meaningful gifts are the ones that inspire us to explore our inner selves and connect with others, leaving a lasting impact on our lives. Have you ever picked up a book that unexpectedly transformed your perspective on life? Last month, I was aimlessly wandering through a local bookstore, my fingers trailing along the spines of various titles. Among the countless books, one vibrant cover caught my eye. A bold blue with gold lettering that read, "Unleash Your Potential." I hesitated at first, unsure if it was worth my time, but something about it drew me in. After some contemplation, I decided to buy it, thinking it might offer me a few tips on personal growth. When I finally settled down with the book, I was immediately captivated by the author's engaging writing style. He shared stories of his own struggles and triumphs, weaving them seamlessly into practical advice. One particular chapter focused on the concept of resilience and how our failures are merely stepping stones toward success. This idea resonated deeply with me, as I had been facing my own challenges in both my professional and personal life. As I continued to read, I found myself marking passages that spoke to me. I even started journaling my thoughts alongside the book's lessons. The act of writing helped me process my feelings and aspirations. I had always dreamed of pursuing my passion for art, but had held back due to fear of failure. Inspired by the book, I began to reevaluate my mindset. Motivated by the book, I set small, achievable goals for myself, focusing on personal growth and stepping outside my comfort zone. I enrolled in an art class that had been on my radar for months, but I had hesitated to join. The first day was daunting, with a room full of strangers, but I reminded myself of the lessons I had learned. Instead of viewing my anxiety as a barrier, I embraced it as a challenge. Throughout the weeks, I found joy in painting and expressing my creativity. Each brushstroke felt liberating, and I began to see art not just as a hobby, but as a means of self-expression. By the end of the class, I had completed several pieces that I was proud of. I even showcased my work at a local art fair, something I never would have imagined doing just months before. A few weeks later, I attended an art exhibition featuring local artists. I met other creators and shared my journey of how a simple book changed my perspective on life. The conversations I had sparked a sense of community and support among us, which further fueled my passion for art. What started as a casual visit to a bookstore turned into a life-altering journey. The book had not only inspired me to pursue my passion, but also connected me with a community of like-minded individuals who uplifted and motivated one another. Sometimes, a single book can ignite a fire within us, leading to remarkable transformations and newfound courage, reminding us that the pages we turn can alter the paths we choose. Ever had a moment at the gym that made you question your life choices? I definitely did. And it involved a treadmill and a lot of unintentional comedy. I had decided to get serious about my fitness, so I joined a local gym. Excited to start my new journey, I waltzed in with my new workout gear, feeling like a superstar. I confidently walked up to the treadmill, ready to crush my workout. As I stepped onto the treadmill, I made a rookie mistake. I forgot to set the speed. I hit the start button, and suddenly, the treadmill sprang to life like it was trying to escape. I wasn't prepared for the jolt, and before I knew it, I was thrown into a full sprint. Clumsily, I might add. In my panic, I tried to regain my balance. My arms flailed like a windmill, and I had this absurd mix of fear and adrenaline coursing through me. I could feel the eyes of everyone in the gym on me, and I just knew they were witnessing my gym debut gone wrong. Desperate to stop the madness, I fumbled around to find the emergency stop button, but in my flailing, I somehow managed to increase the speed instead. It felt like I was auditioning for an Olympic sprint, and I could hear people giggling as I tried to keep up. After what felt like an eternity, I finally managed to hit the stop button, but not before I'd garnered a small audience. I stepped off the treadmill, cheeks flushed with embarrassment, and the kind-hearted trainer came over to reassure me. "Hey, we've all been there," he said, laughing. "Just start slow next time." To my surprise, the mishap broke the ice, and a few other gym goers came over to share their own hilarious gym stories. We all laughed together, and suddenly, my embarrassing moment turned into a bonding experience. So if you ever find yourself in an awkward gym moment, remember we're all just trying to figure it out, and laughter is the best workout of all.